Hello, I'm Dr. Che and you're watching my YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about language of compare. How to compare. This is video number 1. As you know, this is advanced English grammar course, and in this course there are more than 27 common and important grammar topics. Nowadays we are at this topic, how to compare. Open playlist of my channel and watch complete course in order. Link is given below in the description box. Please look at the description box for updates and link to my Facebook groups, and like and comment to encourage me, share with other students to help them, and subscribe to get more videos on vocabulary, grammar, writing, speaking, listening and reading also. Why it is important, the language of compare? Because we use this language in our daily life, especially it would be needed in your writing and speaking. This is the most useful language for task 1 academic, for reports. First I will discuss some basic things like comparatives, and then I will move to advanced language of comparison. So bear with me. So number 1 is comparatives and superlatives. Comparatives and superlatives. Comparatives compare one person or thing with another person or thing. These are comparative. They compare two things. Two things are two person. Superlatives are used to compare one person or thing with the whole group. With the one, compare one thing with the two or three things. To compare one thing with a group of two or three or more. John, for example, John is taller than Smith. We are comparing John with Smith and we will use comparative. John is taller than Smith. John is older than Smith. John is older than Smith. We are using comparative. We are comparing two person, two, John and Smith. We are using comparative. Two syllable adjectives not ending with y. When there is one syllable, most one syllable and most two syllable adjectives not ending with y, we add er or est. This is the common regular comparatives. Tall, taller, tallest. Old, older, oldest. More example are large, larger, largest. Narrow, narrower, narrowest. Quiet, quieter, quietest. When there is an adjective ending with vowel plus consonant, vowel, this is vowel, I, O is vowel, and consonant is G and T as consonant. Adjectives ending with vowel plus consonant, when we are going to make their comparative or superlative, we need to double the last consonant. Big, bigger, biggest, we are going to double the last consonant G. Big, bigger, biggest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Hot, hotter with double T. Hot, hotter, hottest. Ending with Y. Adjectives ending with y. One syllable adjectives ending with y, we use IER, IEST. Easy, we remove the y and then we use IER. Easy, easier, easiest. Happy, happier, happiest. With two or more syllables, adjective with two or more syllables, we use more or less, most or least. Useful, more useful, most useful. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Adverbs ending with ly. Adverbs ending with ly, we use more or less, most or least. Carefully, more carefully or less carefully, most carefully or least carefully. These are adverbs and they are ending with ly. So we will use more or less, most or least. Okay. Double options. Three words: clever, simple, friendly, not three. There are more than three. There are some words, we can say there are some words like clever, simple, friendly, polite, shallow. We can use either er or est form, this is regular, and we can also use more or less form. For example, clever, more clever, most clever, clever, cleverer, cleverest. He is the cleverest boy in the class, he is the cleverest student in the class. We can also say he is the most clever student in the class. So we have double options with these words and some other words also. Irregular adjectives, they are very important to learn. Irregular adjectives: good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, far, farther, farthest, far, further, furthest, little, less, least. All of these are irregular adjectives, you should know them. Superlatives: as you know, when we use superlative in a sentence, we put the before it. Smith is the happiest student in the class. The happiest. Before superlative, we use the. Comparatives using then. If we use a personal pronoun instead of second person mentioned after then, we use object form of pronoun. That is not easy to understand. Let us look at the example. John is taller than I. No, when we use a personal pronoun instead of second person mentioned, this is second person. John is taller than Smith. So instead of Smith, we are using personal pronoun. So if we use instead of a noun, we use a pronoun, we should use object form of pronoun. I is wrong. John is taller than I. I is wrong. We need to use object form of pronoun I. John is taller than me, not than I. John is taller than me. This is correct. Other options, if your speaking or writing is formal, then prefer then plus subject pronoun plus be verb. For example, John is taller than me, as I told you in earlier sentence. John is taller than me, and if you are speaking or writing is formal, you can John is taller than I am. Both are correct, but this one is a bit more formal. Both are correct. John is taller than I am. The plus comparative, the plus comparative. This is very good combination, very good grammar you can use in your writings and speaking also. The richer he becomes, the happier he is. He is becoming rich and he is becoming more happy. Okay, happier is, I'm just to teach you, becoming happier. He is becoming richer and then he becoming happier also. The richer he becomes, the happier he is. The older you grow older, the wiser you become. When you grow older, you become wise. These old people are, they say things more intelligent things than us. And okay, the less you spend, the more you save. If you don't spend your money on IELTS or on your learning of English, then you save your money. No, I would recommend you to invest your money, and then you will this will help you to get success in your exams. Common errors we see is comparative adjective is followed by then and we don't use as or that. A comparative adjective is followed by then and we don't use as or that. The weather was more pleasant last week than this week. This is correct, but when we use the weather was more pleasant last week that this week, no, this is comparison and we cannot use only that. Weather was more pleasant last week as this week, no, this is comparison, we need to use then. The weather was more pleasant last week than that of Last this week, no, we don't use both of these things. We should only use then. Last week, then this week. Okay. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Look at the description box for updates and link to my Facebook groups. Like and comment to encourage me. Share with other students to help them. Subscribe to get more videos on vocabulary, grammar, writing, speaking, listening and reading also. Thank you very much.